Welcome to the Flight of the Round Table Podcast, broadcasting from the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. And now, here are your hosts, Dan, Drew, Daniel, and Florian.
And welcome in, everybody. This is the Flight to the Round Table Podcast, brought to you by Florian, Daniel, and Drew. And if you're wondering where Dan is at, he's in Mexico. Just kidding. He's actually in Houston, right?
What?
He came back from Mexico and then he flew to Houston yesterday? Dan?
So he was in Mexico. He went to Mexico. I don't know. Something like that. We're just going to say something like that.
Daniel was not satisfied when he heard that.
Because I don't know.
Where?
Because you tell me, I know that he went to Mexico, and then
He did.
You're in Mexico. He's in Houston. Where is he? I don't know.
Okay. He went to Mexico over the weekend.
Yeah.
Him and Karen went there for a wedding.
Yeah.
And then I guess he flew back here because, they had to come back here. And then he left the next day, I guess in the morning, to go to Houston. And I think it's for work.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Which was really kind of bad planning in a way. I guess you kind of have to do what you got to do, but Houston is so close to Mexico. It's like he flew all the way halfway across the country just to fly it halfway back.
Yeah, logistically, it doesn't make sense. Can you imagine, though, if he got captured in Mexico and they were forcing him to write these texts and letters like, I'm fine, doing well, and Dan's just being held hostage in Mexico?
That opens up a can of worms. One, why is he so important that he got snatched? Dan, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing, Dan?
Also, Dan always says he does things and loves things from a logistical standpoint, and he really did not live up to his creed.
Yeah.
He went back on his words.
Well, people, if you've seen our friend and co-host, Dan, tell him we miss him and get him out of jail. But tonight, we will not have Dan. So, today, I was driving. I hit a car, ran into the median, pretty bad crash. And as my airbag deploying, I thought to myself, what is the right place to store ketchup? In the fridge or in the cabinet?
Yeah, okay. Before we address that question, I think you definitely have a concussion if that's the first thing that went through your mind. I'm serious. You see a doctor immediately. You literally just got Tua Tagovailoa. Okay,
Dude, what if I have CTE?
I hope you don't.
Yeah, I hope
me
you don't.
neither.
Yeah. Now the best place to store ketchup is a refrigerator, and that's it.
But I don't think it's that simple of an answer. Daniel, what do you think?
It's not the question really is, what do you like on your hot dog? Cold ketchup or warm ketchup?
Oh, we're going to go food item by food item.
Just the regular, simple as that.
Probably
just on the hot dog.
warm because it is warm. And if you were to get it out, the ketchup you're getting is warm. At a sporting event, a packet of ketchup is warm.
That is correct, yes. Most of the time.
Okay.
I don't know.
So what is your answer, warm?
Yeah, it's warm as hell.
Okay, what is your answer?
I could see both of. We've all been to a baseball game, football game, whatever. We've had a hot dog. It comes in little packets, right? It's room temperature. They're sitting out. They're not chilled. They're not stored or anything, right? So, it doesn't change the flavor of the hot dog necessarily, right? It's just you don't even think about it, right? It's just ketchup. Fuck the temperature. However, I think cold ketchup on a fresh hot dog when it's super hot, right, is a nice balance, and cold does make things hit different. Just like a cold bottle of water is oh so refreshing. That shit tastes different.
But you have people that prefer room temperature water too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But you're asking me my preference.
I am.
Cold.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to go with, now that I heard both of your points here, I'm going to go with warm because it's usually warm. And, that's all.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
I was just scrolling through TikTok and this one podcast was talking about it, and these guys were getting so into it. They were dying on the cross for their position. It is stored. Why would you want it cold? It's got vinegar shelf life. It doesn't need to be in the fridge.
Wow, they did research. They went to the base of the
base
sauce
of the anatomy.
Wow.
And if you look on the bottle too, it says it recommends it, but then
to be stored in the cold?
To be stored, yes,
in the cold,
in the fridge.
Yeah, in the fridge. Yeah.
So, but recommendations aren't always the greatest,
Yeah, that's true. It's sort of you think it's an expiration date, but it says best by or sell by. right? You'd think, that's the expiration date, but no, that's just saying that's when you should sell it by.
No.
That's from the store. That's not even for you. That's for the store. You're like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So when can I not eat this? Tell me that. That's what I need to know. You know?
Can
It's
you
like
imagine?
the same thing.
Best freeze by then, right?
Yes. Can you imagine you pull the ketchup out, it says Best Buy like December 28th, and you're like, damn it, I got to go to Best Buy on December 28th.
Yeah, and then you go to the customer service desk, hey, ketchup, please. What? Come again? And it's like, don't fuck around with me now. I just came from Harris Teeter. It said, be here on the 28th. Give me my ketchup.
Jesus, that would be hilarious. They'd probably just be like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah. I'd be like, no, I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
You imagine you're doing a Black Friday. You waited 4 hours in line at 3 a.m. You get there. Ketchup, please. Get the fuck out of here.
I need a hot dog now. Oh, God. But interesting thing there. Transitioning here, we have a little holiday coming up. This holiday is called Halloween. Have you heard of this holiday?
I have, and I like it a lot. I do.
Perhaps, Daniel.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite holiday, but I know a lot of people out there. It is their favorite holiday.
Yeah, I do know a lot of people too. What was like the most memorable thing you dressed up as a kid?
Wow. I mean, I was the lion from Wizard of the Oz.
I always knew you were a fruit.
Wizard of the Oz or the Wizard of Oz?
Whatever. The Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of the Oz.
Whatever
It's like
it is.
the Norwegian knockoff version.
It could have been, okay?
That's so good. Yeah.
And then your dad was the Tin Man, and we all know what the Tin Man is.
We don't need to talk about it.
No.
That's good, yeah.
But yeah, Halloween, a lot of people love it, and we're going to play Overrated, Underrated, Properly Rated Halloween Edition.
Right now.
Right
I'm
here.
interested to see where this goes.
Right now.
I like that.
All right, let's start it off with something that is hit or miss. Candy corn. Overrated, underrated, properly rated.
I think it's going to be we're all going to have the same answer. It's overrated.
Overrated.
That's just disgusting. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not disgusting, but I mean,
yeah, see, watch yourself.
it's not disgusting, but no one will ever buy that except for on Halloween. Like that is, think about that's like the most seasonal product I think I could ever think of.
You think
Candy
so?
corn. It's just Halloween, that one fucking day.
But isn't that the mission though? It's like we are only going to serve this during Halloween and make
But do
bank
they,
off
though?
it.
They do it in Christmas a little bit. With try to do Christmas stuff style ones, but like
No, if you go to like in Walmart, if you go in like their candy section, don't they have like great value like brand candy corn and it's sold year round?
Yeah, that
So-
I'm sure.
But they're making their money on one day. Like, dude, that's like a business where it's do or die on that day of the year.
Dude, can you imagine the CEO just like, month of October is a tough one. Other than that, I'm out.
Yeah.
In there for 1 year, and that's it.
What I've always found interesting is that it looks nothing like corn. You know, it should be called candy
You're right.
cones.
Well, it looks like. What do you mean? It does look like a corn. Like, well,
No.
the
What
shape of
kind
a
of
corn.
corn
Yeah,
are you eating?
if you pick a like a kernel out of the corn on the cob, you know, it looks like that, doesn't it?
But it's like a little tip of yellow, then a middle layer of orange, and then a bottom layer of white.
Yeah, the colors are not there, but the shape is actually there.
That's true. That's kind of not true. It should be called a candy cone. And have you seen that guy on Instagram, the kid who likes corn? It's corn.
It's corn.
I wonder if he likes candy corn.
I don't know.
Hey, how about this for a bet? Well, what do you think the odds are that kid is going to do a Halloween candy corn TikTok or something like that that goes viral?
1 and 2.
Do you know that this guy is like 30 now?
No.
20 or 30?
That was from back in the day?
Yeah.
No.
Yep. Swear on my life.
How do you know that?
Because I saw him. I saw a video of him talking about him when he was smaller.
That is the most unknown fact in America.
Yeah, that's
right
very
now.
unknown. I think if you ask anyone that's seen that TikTok video, they would not think that dude is 20 or 30 years old.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? He might even be 40.
Okay, you can't be older than us.
Yeah.
now.
He's definitely in his 20s.
Oh, no,
Guaranteed he's in his 20s. Could be in his 30s, and he possibly could be in his 40s.
I kind of call bullshit because the quality of that video, like if you look at cameras from like the early 2000s, there's no way.
I'll put money at least over 20. How about that?
Look, the
and
greatness.
you get anything under 20, and I'll give you money.
Okay, 20 is the line?
20's the line. 20
is the line.
Okay, how much? But how much? How much money we're betting?
We'll do a 20 piece.
A $20. Okay. Yeah.
or
Nice.
20
$20
pieces of chicken.
No. We're doing 20 pieces of chicken.
Okay, fine. We'll do
$20.
20 pieces.
So $20.
Wait,
He's
$20.
under
You don't say
20.
20
I
pieces.
know. I
again.
just want to make it cheap.
That he's under 20.
It's $20. I'm gonna make that clear because he said 20 piece twice. So
Yeah, fine. $20.
okay.
Speaking of
There you
being
go.
clear, that you're on the under 20 side.
Yeah, like
And
this
you're
video
over
just
20.
dropped.
on the over 20.
The camera quality of that video, like, come on now. That's ridiculous.
That is. You know, life's mysteries. Who built the pyramids? What happens when you die? And how old is this little kid that likes corn?
I do have another thing for you guys. So I've been watching on the internet lately people putting liquor and anything in a Brita filter, like through it. You put any liquor through that thing, and you take a shot, and you can't taste pretty much any alcohol.
So does it even
can't-
get you drunk?
No, it does. You just can't taste the strong, like,
We
like the
are going to
the
try
shit.
that.
Okay.
We're going to try that.
Try that.
Okay.
Look at that. He's like, executive decision made.
I got it down in the notes.
Yeah.
The NOTEAS.
Okay. So let's
Interesting. All right, moving on here from the candy corn. I'm going to go properly rated because screw you and screw you.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Couldn't have made
You
your
must-
feelings more known.
Yeah.
Must be popping them.
What are you popping?
He's popping some caramel or whatever. The candy corn over here.
Caramel corn.
Guys, remember, I have a concussion, so I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's popping something
on a
over
serious
there.
note, you might.
I might not.
Yeah.
Anyways, next one, carving pumpkins. And like the whole thing, like going to the pumpkin patch, picking that baby out, carving it, roasting the pumpkin seeds, throwing it away 15 days later.
It's underrated to me because I like that, and especially when you have kids, you got to appreciate that those times you have with the kids and the pumpkins. So, yeah, my brother he stuck 2 pumpkins on the back of his exhaust, spit fire right out the pumpkins.
That's pretty cool.
That is
Yeah.
cool. That's one way to carve a pumpkin right there.
Yeah.
What about you, Florian?
Well, if I didn't know that was a thing, that's actually pretty cool. If you do that with pumpkins, then I think then it's like properly rated. But as a general concept, I think it's overrated. I never did that as a kid. That was never a thing my family did ever. And I wouldn't when I have kids, I don't want to pass that on, that tradition. That's not even something I'm remotely interested in.
So you're
I
saying
think
you
it's so overrated. Plus, honestly, like raw pumpkin, that smell is terrible. That stinks.
it does.
that stinks.
It's gooey too. Have you ever like played with the guts?
No, I've never carved a pumpkin. I've never.
You've never done that?
No,
That's why he doesn't like it. He doesn't even know.
That's why I said that's.
See, you've
truly-
never done it. Don't knock it.
I don't like
Okay,
that.
but
That's
is this like a national pastime? If you rank it that high on like things of tradition you should do?
Yeah,
I would
actually,
say
for
so. Probably
Halloween.
top 10.
Well, then we
Top
know your answer.
3 things to do for Halloween is one in the top 3: carving a
It's like
pumpkin.
putting up a Christmas tree during Christmas. Carving a
Yeah.
turkey. Going on an Easter egg hunt.
Really?
Blowing
I
a horn
agree with that. Yeah.
on Leif Erikson Day.
Now, when you bring when you're
I don't know
doing
about that last
when
one.
you're doing traditional comps like that, my answer sounds foolish. But I've never done that. I just never did it.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
never a thing. Never happened one time.
All right.
I didn't even think about it. And you know what? I never thought either, like, damn, I'm missing out on something super sick, though. I'm not going to lie. I always thought it was kind of like, nah.
So you have zero remorse.
Yeah, zero remorse.
And that's
Like,
okay.
The rest of my life could go without it.
All opinions are welcome on the Flight to the Round Table podcast.
Yeah, I agree. But sometimes when you state your opinion, you do have some random person come out of nowhere and just smack you on the face if you're wrong. Just so you know.
That is true. So, Florian, if a hand reaches your cheek today,
Yeah.
and I ain't talking face, then you know what's up.
Yeah. Well, we all know where that hand is coming from. And I'm going to be sitting on this end of the couch.
Exactly.
That is true. That is true. Okay, last one today, and one that's kind of more old school, but I personally like it and think it needs to be played more with more stakes on the table.
Yeah.
Bobbing for apples.
Again, who does this? What? Bobbing for apples. So let me get this straight. This is the thing where it's like a jug of water, like a pool, and then you have the apples floating there, and then you have your hands tied behind your back, or not tied, but just crossed behind your back, and you're fucking sticking your face in that to try to get an apple.
Yeah.
Dude, when have you ever done that?
I've done that
And
a
when
couple
have you
times.
done that? And
I've done that about 5 times in my life.
that's ridiculous, dude.
Dude, some people shelter their kids from R-rated movies, sex. Florian's parents sheltered him from Halloween.
Yeah, that is in a Halloween situation, but I actually did it more during like when I was in elementary school at kids. We had these. It was like a field day, is what it was, and it was 3 days in a row.
Yeah,
with all this crazy activities and basically the students planned it, and it was outside. And
field day
crazy.
was always the best.
It was 3 days in a row. And one of those days, there was a station. You bob for apples, and you could see how many you do in like a certain period. I fucked it up. Okay,
Like you were good at it.
I was great at it.
Daniel's got a big mouth.
I do, I guess.
So you probably like double jointed in your jaw or something, thing like unhinges like a rattlesnake, just like the lower jaw just like drops like 2 inches lower.
I don't even think so. I think I just had a perfect I was just like was not afraid of like smacking my face on the water, and I think I went right. So the apple is sitting there, and I just and my teeth kind of just stuck into the apple, and I came up with it like a horse grabbing an apple, like it's stuck in his mouth.
Because the horses, the lips go up, and then it's like the jaw almost comes out a little bit. There's nothing but gum and teeth, right? They just like barely pick it up with like the 2 front chompers.
So it was like a velocity thing. The sting.
That's what it felt like.
Gotcha.
It's like the perfect blend of technique and speed.
Yep.
Yeah. So what would you go there? Overrated, underrated, or properly rated?
I just go properly rated on that though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't really like it that much.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
You were
properly
so good
rated.
at it.
I was good at it. I didn't like it.
The best
That's
part
fair.
is drinking the whole bucket of water afterwards.
Drinking.
That's the best part.
Favorite part
See,
of bobbing
look,
for
I don't
apples.
even think this is
I
about
know you're
Halloween
lying.
anymore. I think
kidding.
you guys are just like venting out the weird things you did as children. Like that's crazy. Who does that?
I think Drew's dad was like, if you don't fucking drink this water right now, you can time out for 5 hours.
Yeah.
You do it right now.
It makes sense. Like I hate timeout and I love to drink water. So
Yeah. Makes sense.
Hey, okay, well,
no, don't drink water. Not recommended.
Don't drink water.
No.
yeah, don't drink water.
Yeah. Okay.
So what advice are you giving, Doug? I'm so confused.
Our viewers don't listen to that. Okay.
Yeah, we have the most dehydrated viewership.
like bags under their eyes,
Yeah.
chronic headaches and fatigue.
Need water. Like that.
The SpongeBob, like the chocolate.
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
chocolate lady.
Yeah.
But water. Just.
But water,
Yeah.
water.
Speaking of him, have you ever heard of Sponge Roberto Square Pantalontes?
No,
No,
I don't know. I swear.
But didn't you say that the other day?
I did. It was funny. I think it's funny.
It is funny, but I thought it was like a real thing. So I was thinking about it hard.
Because I keep thinking about Doodle Bob because you did that's
do like-
another thing. We haven't done that.
I want to wait for Dan to get back to spit that would you rather out.
Okay, that's a good would you rather.
That is because it's a hard decision. Doodle Bob.
If you're familiar with the 2 characters, it's a very hard decision.
I don't know, but Doodle Bob is.
You'll get to know next episode when Dan's here.
I'll draw a hole or something right underneath you and you just fall through it.
Oh, so you do know?
yeah, that's who Doodle Bob was.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's a bitch.
Yeah.
You don't want to fuck with him. He'll just like put a brick wall right in front of you. All of a sudden, just bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay, but we'll save that for next week.
That's funny, Dan.
Yeah.
A real life Doodle Bob would be hell. I mean, it's like a whole different type of villain. It's like,
Yeah, but look, if we keep talking about it, we might as well do the would you rather now.
Yeah.
I think we should.
No,
you
let's
think
get
we
out of it.
should?
Yeah.
No,
man.
wait for Dan.
No. Fuck that.
All right.
We've talked too much.
Okay.
So the question is, who would you rather have with you by your side for, let's say, a week? Okay. Non-stop, 24/7, every day for a week. Doodle Bob, guy from SpongeBob that just, drawing brick walls left and right to fuck your day up.
Everything.
Right?
He can draw anything.
Anything. Or Donnie from Wild Thornberries.
Yeah, that
Little kid.
Just
That
giggling
little
all day.
bastard, right, dude? And to make it even sweeter, he is on like Adderall. He's on Adderall. Yeah, a regular dose.
On Adderall.
A
And
regular dose.
if you
this
pick
guy.
him, you have to keep up with him. Like
he'll just keep up. He'll just be with you.
I
But he'll
think
be
both
fast.
these things are going to keep up with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and this is for a whole week. This is all day, every day for a whole week. What would you rather?
Who would you rather hang out
Give
with?
me that Adderall devil.
I agree. I said the same thing only for the fact that he's not as evil as Doodle Bob. Doodle Bob could, I mean, you don't know where you sit with him after a week, you know? I mean, you're ready to kill this motherfucker because he's just fucking up your day. That's the worst week of your life, right?
Dude, he could fuck up your life.
Yeah,
okay. That's just he couldn't fuck up just one day.
So you're like super annoyed, but you're also on edge because you don't want to piss him off, even though you're getting mad.
Yeah,
because he could like kill you.
Dude, I feel like I could come to terms with Doodle Bob, where Donnie's just gonna be this annoying blabber.
Yeah,
for like all
crazy.
day.
That's a good one.
Doodle Bob,
good impersonation.
That was terrible.
Doodle Bob. You know, I would just try to steal his pencil. That would be my goal. And then I'm gonna lock that thing up, and then he's regular.
You're
Bob.
right. You might as well flip that week on its head, and he turns into like the prey, kind of like you would think you're the victim in the situation. He's just annoying the shit out of you. No, you go out of your way to spend that whole week. You call off work, impromptu vacation, but you're just figuring out a way to steal that pencil from him. You know? Yeah. Flip the whole game on its head.
I agree. They have to just lock that mug up.
Yeah.
Dude,
there's no way. I mean, he
can't
could just
doodle. He'll just draw.
Yeah, he'll draw and open. He'll draw a door and open it.
Just draw a door and open that shit. Wherever he is, he'll just draw tons of more doors.
But imagine you could, like, if he started doing good things, though. Like, you fed him, he was happy, he started drawing you, like, money.
No. He can draw food.
I think you're really trying to train a little Doodle Bob or whatever his mug is.
Yeah.
No way.
There's no way.
He doesn't even speak English, okay? Good luck trying to teach him English first.
But neither does Donnie. I mean, he understands English, but he certainly doesn't speak English.
Not a single bit.
No.
This is true.
That would be a paradox that I hope I never have to find myself in.
And you know, if you believe in the like theory about alternate universes, right, where there's infinite ones, right? Who's to say that couldn't be a thing? And then fucking there's a scenario where you're locked up with both of them, going crazy. That's the day that alternate universe Drew dies. He commits suicide.
I would like use Donnie as a weapon to defend myself against. Bob.
Yeah, honestly, you just like I'm just saying you give him a unhealthy dose of Adderall and he'll probably kill Doodle Bob. You know, he would just go crazy.
I'm just gonna tranquilize both of these.
I mean, he had the moves of a monkey too. Like he jumped on trees and like.
Because he was like essentially he was like Tarzan.
Yeah,
he was. He had the shorts, no shirt, right?
Yeah,
just the shorts.
Just the shorts.
The other character was like a chimpanzee, right? Wasn't Darwin?
Yeah,
Darwin.
He was like a fancy monkey.
Okay, so they hung out all the time. Yeah,
like
but he didn't speak English. He was just like he was Tarzan on Adderall.
Yeah.
He was, dude. Wow, that came full circle.
He
Yeah,
had like a wooden club too, didn't he? Like,
yeah, I think he did hit people.
Yeah, he might. Yeah,
I need to look up some pictures of him.
Yeah,
it's been a
long time.
Yeah, I can still picture him. Yeah,
yeah. It has. Well, moving on here, guys. In some past episodes, we've done drafts. We've drafted video games. We've drafted. What else did we draft? Rappers. And I still stick by mine. I actually saw comments. I think it was on our Instagram. Yeah.
Shout out to Connor Kennedy for picking me, saying I had the accurate list of the rappers. He was like undoubtedly Lil Wayne's the GOAT. He said undoubtedly.
He is very good. Believe me, I wanted to put him down too.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Connor.
Congratulations, Florian. Let's see if you can back it up here with our meat draft, baby.
A meat draft.
So we're gonna draft meats. We'll go 4 rounds. We'll snake it up.
Yeah. Who's going first?
Well, to decide draft order, we only have 3, so we have to take turns. But
no, we do all 3, and if it's like you have rock, you have paper, I have scissors. Well, one of us is gonna.
Really? All right.
Okay, that's just how it is.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, so I lose.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, so Florian's first, Daniel's second, and I'm third. All right, Florian, in the first pick of the 2022 meat draft.
I mean,
what are you picking?
It's undoubtedly, it's like the only answer for a true number 1. I think it's got to be A5 Wagyu. That's my number 1 overall draft pick. I mean, come on. That's
safe number 1. Good, solid number 1.
It's the logical only number 1.
Okay.
It's literally, you can't not pick that as your number 1 if you have the number 1 overall. That's like drafting Tom Brady in his prime right out of college, you know? Like, that's how That's the safest thing ever.
Good pick.
That is good, and that's really what I was going to go for. So I'm going to have to go with this. We're just going, it's all meats, right?
Any meat.
Any cut,
any style.
any animal, any...
I like a nice chicken thigh.
Ooh.
a chicken thigh is good.
Juicy.
It's good.
Any particular style or just chicken thigh?
I didn't know. Chicken.
No, you can say thigh, but
Chicken thigh.
Okay.
Yeah, I like them like marinated, and then,
Okay.
in the air fryer.
Hey, can't mess with that.
Chicken thigh is the best part of the chicken. Chicken sandwiches that are made with the chicken thigh are even better than ones made with chicken breast. That's chicken thigh.
Chicken thigh's good. I agree. It's the best part of the chicken. Fact. Argue with me on that.
True.
For me, my first pick is going to be salmon belly.
Wow, that's
wait. Is that it? That's a
meat.
Yeah, it's any animal. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that we were getting into fish too.
Oh, we can do fish. Fish is meaty.
It's meat.
Salmon
Meat, you're
belly.
right.
And guys,
You're right.
I'm going to keep it in the sea with my first pick of the second round, and I'm going to go lobster.
Wow. Not where I thought you were going to go with that in terms of ocean thing, but I know what Daniel's picking next. It's very easy.
Otoro tuna.
That really
so that's
is.
like the fatty part of the tuna,
It's
right?
the A5 Wagyu of fucking seafood. That's so good.
It is the
so
best.
good.
It's the
It's
best.
good.
You're right.
It's good. What you got?
It's ridiculous. Number 2 pick. Okay, I have a logical one that I'm going to say, but I know I had another one that was kind of off the cuff. And what the fuck was it? You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go bacon. Bacon's good. Bacon.
Okay.
Who does not like bacon? Okay?
Bacon's classic.
Bacon deserves a number 2 for sure. Some people will even put that as a number 1 just because it's so fucking good with almost anything, right? It's like a topping almost. It's like a meat that's a topping. You put it over eggs, fire. Put it in a fucking burger, fire. On a sandwich, fire. Fucking
Crispy
anything.
or chewy? Crispy or chewy?
Oh, crispy.
Crispy.
Chewy all the way.
More chewy guy. But what about a potato salad with bacon? Fire.
God, great pick. So what you got for the third round? First pick, third round.
Okay. So this one, third pick, weird. You wouldn't, it's just weird. It's not conventional. I'm going to say raw oysters. Oyster bar.
I like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I love oysters.
It's different, right? Now, I know that one's going to get hate in the comments. Someone's going to be like, what the fuck? Really?
Yeah,
You weirdo?
yeah.
You picked oysters? I don't give a fuck. Honestly, if I'm fucking right. Oysters are like, if you go to a raw bar or a seafood restaurant, everyone's ordering oysters.
Yeah,
it's a guarantee.
I agree. Oysters have like a cult following. If you love them, you love them. If you
love
don't,
'em.
you just don't mess. It's like Bloody Marys. People
Yeah.
that love Bloody
Yeah.
Marys die on the cross, but there's a large amount of people that don't like Bloody Marys.
Fair enough.
I agree with that.
Oysters, delicious
Oysters.
if you love them.
So I'm going to say oysters, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go to land. I'm gonna go with a bone-in ribeye, and I feel like that everyone likes that. That's like a very I'm gonna go to all the genres of people there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I mean,
Delicious.
juicy, thick, filling, tasty. What else do I need to say?
Yeah, has the fat, has the meat, it has the flavor.
Yeah.
What else do you want?
That's good. That's good. All right. For my third pick, last pick of the third round, I'm going to go lamb chops. You get a nice medium rare lamb chop with some mint chutney.
Yeah.
Oh, good ass lamb chop.
Yeah.
Man,
Very
I just want to go more because I have like 4 more I could just throw out there.
Well, hell, we might have to go more rounds. And then for the start of the fourth round, I'm going to go filet mignon just because it hasn't been said yet. That's a quality cut of steak right there.
Yeah.
Wow, that was one of mine, but that was a good pick. Am I up?
Sure. Bring it back.
We're gonna do trout.
That's a random one.
Trout.
But I've had good trout at the Sierra Nevada Brewery in Asheville. That was really good.
Some of the best trout I ever had was at that place.
Yeah. Like, I've never actually had trout anywhere else but that. And that was
Same.
really good.
Actually, I think we were.
Yeah,
us three were together.
We all three went with Dan. It was the 4 of us, I'm pretty sure. I've been there like maybe 3 or 4 times, I think, and I've gotten the trout every single time. Because
Wow.
it's the only place where I've ever had that, and it's actually fire.
It
really
kills.
was.
It kills me that I haven't been there in 2 years. Before
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah, before COVID, so it's 3 years.
3 years. Wow. Getting old.
Yeah.
We have to plan a trip to the White River in Arkansas and go trout fishing with you guys. 'Cause
Oh, that'd be
it's an
cool.
experience that everyone has to do before they die.
That'd be really cool.
I don't doubt that.
It's really amazing.
Well, Florian, end the meat draft. What's going with the last pick?
Last pick then. It's kind of pressure. I'm gonna go with pork belly.
Good. That's a good one.
It's a good one. Chicharrones, if you want to do it that way. If you want to do braised pork belly that you get in your ramen, it doesn't really matter how you do it. Pork belly's fire.
On a bun?
On a bun, bao bun.
Bao bun. That's
Go.
a good one. And people might say, okay, you already said bacon, but no, it's a completely different style.
It is.
Like T-bone versus filet
Is
mignon.
bacon the part of the belly?
Yeah, it's thinly sliced
Is
pork
it?
belly.
Oh, is it? Okay.
But no, I agree. We can separate the two there.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Oh, that one's definitely going to get some hate in the comments. But
It's like this kid picked bacon and pork belly.
Yeah, and oysters. The psychopath.
All of them can be done in like 30 seconds on each side, when you cook them. A5, bacon, pork belly, they're done.
Yeah.
On each side, 30 seconds.
DONE done. Well, that was pretty fun, guys. I'm really hungry right now, honestly, that we protein's a big part of our diet. So
Yeah.
that shit bussin'.
It is.
And perhaps we should move on to beer, a liquid substance.
Yes.
Lacking in protein, but fucking full of flavor.
Juicy in carbs.
Okay, so I'm going to round off the beers. I finished mine, as usual. So, but that doesn't stop me because I fucking I got a job to do. So first on our list, we had it's a sour ale from
I'll be right back.
Downtown Brewing, or no, Sloop Brewing. Okay, it's called Sloop Jam.
You said sloot?
No, Sloop.
Okay.
SLOOP Jam from downtown. It's very good. That's a very tart sour ale. I like it. On a tartness of 1 to 5, what would you give it?
A 5.
That's tart. Yeah, it was pretty tart. Okay, next we had it's called Green Seas. It's a hazy IPA from Sun Lab Brewing. It's a pretty good IPA. I did like it. Not the biggest IPA guy, but I did like it. And I've been wanting to get more IPAs because, it's been a thing for me, right? I want to get like an IPA here that's equivalent to some of the best IPAs I've ever had. And I'm always on a mission. And I would say 90% of the time I fucking hate every single one I buy.
Wow.
But it doesn't stop me from buying them because I'm that dedicated to finding a comp.
Yeah. Find that right one.
Next, we have... It is a Goza style ale from, what is the brewing company? Three Sons Brewing. It's called Blackberry Bling. The can is sick. I mean, that is really cool. I like that artwork.
Blackberry Bling.
That one wasn't too sour, like on the like pucker scale. It wasn't that sour, but pretty good. And last but not least, we have another hazy IPA. It's called Super Stylin' from Sun Lab Brewing. Has all these ingredients that I've never heard of, like Motueka, Mosaic, Simcoe, and Hallertau Blanc. I mean, what the heck are these? I don't know what any of that means, but it tastes pretty good.
It freaks me out a little bit, but I'm okay with it. So.
Yeah, they all sound
Sounds okay
organic,
with it.
though. I mean, it'd be different if it said, like, something acid in it. Then I'd be like, okay, or biglutamate.
God. I don't know.
That's when I start freaking out. But all those sound like herbs from Oregon.
That sounds like it does sound like an herb from Oregon or some shit like that. They pulled out of the dirt like 35 years ago.
Yeah, right.
And then like turned it up.
Yeah, it's like,
did
yo,
something.
guys, I got a fresh batch of Motueka. You guys want to smoke some?
Yeah. Pour it out in the bong.
Yeah.
That's
So
35 years
anyway,
old.
very good beers that we had on the episode today. I like them a lot. I finished them again. It's like people that are watching this are probably like, man, he either likes all the beer that they have on the podcast every time, that's why he drinks them so fast, or they're like, we can't fucking tell with this guy what he likes and what he doesn't like.
He just likes drinking.
He just likes putting it down, and then, well, you're not wrong. I don't like all of them. I'm not gonna lie, but I will drink the shit out of them. It's just me.
Even if I don't like a beer, I'll drink it.
You can usually tell
Yeah.
by me. Like if I don't like it, I won't. I'll probably just hand it over to Florian over here. But I've liked these, so I'm not gonna hand over
but
shit.
we do that after
do.
the episode.
You're true to your colors.
Yeah.
I get that.
True to the colors, yeah.
at least you try it at least once.
Of course, I try them all, yeah. And then right when I try, and I'm like, yeah, that's not for me. I just like usually it's something to do with like a peanut butter beer or like something
stouty,
chocolate, or coffee, stouty of obviously. Just they don't settle with me in beer.
That's how you know that me and Daniel have been picking these beers because there's 2 sours and 2 IPAs.
Yeah,
that's how you know.
And I like that.
No, yeah, I gotta get. That's 2 weeks in a row I haven't been able to pick beers, so it's gonna change next week.
Okay,
because next week we will be at Guild Brewery. It's a German brewery here in the middle portion of South End. So
yeah, so if
should be fun.
If there's Loho, there's Loho.
There's Loho.
Is that where it is?
Or no, Lower South End, not Loho.
Low. He's thinking about. He's thinking about something else.
Like T-Pain in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Shouting out.
Loho. No, so there's Loso, and then is there a high so? I mean, is there Upper South End, and then so what's the middle one? Right? We don't even know that. There's just Lower South End.
Mid-so.
Okay.
Interesting.
Gilded Brewing. I from what I've heard, the bar is really low, but from what I've heard, the best German food in Charlotte. So
really,
yeah,
so we'll definitely have to eat some food there.
I'm gonna order a brat.
Yeah,
wow.
I'm gonna order the brat that you order.
I'm hopefully they have a schnitzel or something.
Yeah, hopefully, because that German restaurant in Pineville is
mids.
It's less than mids.
You might get food poisoning there, boys.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. Honestly,
don't do it.
Do not go there.
And then fucking Old Mac. You don't even think about getting food there. It's just to get you get your copper or whatever.
Yeah,
that's it.
Olmec is big. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
they're big. Okay, transitioning here. We did a lot of fun stuff there in the beginning. Kind of just a different episode today. Don't have the full crew. Not always is plentiful. But moving on here to football, NFL. Right? We like to talk about football.
Thank God,
we haven't. So let's talk.
We're almost halfway through the season.
I know, that sucks.
It does suck. It goes by so quick.
Crazy.
And, there's been some surprises, some good, some bad. But we're the teachers today, right? And we got to give out grades. And we're giving out grades to our students. And our students are these 4 NFL teams.
Love it.
So you guys ready to give some grades?
I'm going to be harsh.
Okay.
I'm not.
Because my teachers kept it real with me, so I'm going to keep it real with others.
Okay, that's good. And we all are on a plus-minus scale, okay? You can use pluses and minuses.
Yeah, I like that.
I have to.
Okay, good. All right, first team, Baltimore Ravens. Pretty high expectations coming in. They're sitting 4-3 atop of the division. I would say they haven't looked completely put together, but what grade would you guys give them?
I think they're teetering between a B- and a C+. I'm going to be a little harsh on them. I'm going to say C+ because they start the game off great. They're usually on fire. It's not the offense that's really the problem. It's their defense. And I expect the ball. When I associate 2 teams above all else, although there's quite a few other teams that are known for defense, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. I associate defense because that's what we grew up on as kids. Baltimore and Pittsburgh were known for defense, right?
Right.
And I know the league is changing. It's an offensive league. The rules are changing, so, it's emphasis on offense. But that doesn't mean you just neglect defense altogether. And their defense is, it's bad.
Yeah, it's not great.
You're just, but they gave up 2 games, one against the Dolphins. That game, you just can't lose that.
But it's gotten better. They've been in the 20s defensively the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, but they're 4-3.
I
think through the first 7 games, we didn't expect that, honestly. I think maybe
Probably
2
not.
losses was the most we were thinking.
So you're giving them a C+.
I'm gonna be harsh. I'm gonna be a C+.
Daniel?
I think I'm actually a little more harsh than I'm giving them a C. Just a straight C.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted a lot more out of Lamar and the running core. They talked a lot about it last year about okay, they all got hurt and then they're gonna come back and they're gonna do it. And they're not doing too much. So
okay,
and I think they just need the defense needs to pick up their pace a little bit. And
well, I think for me they got to learn how to close games better because it's funny, they're one of the only teams that have been winning by 10 points or more in every game.
Yeah,
right. So they're not staying consistent, right?
Them and the
Eagles. But they're finding ways to win. They're atop of the division, playoffs end of the day, so I can't shit on them too bad. Lamar does need to get more explosive, like you're saying. I'm gonna give them a B minus just because they're in first place.
In their division still?
Yes.
Oh, you're
crazy.
right. Well, the Bengals are 4-3 as well. They're tied, but I guess they own a tiebreaker somewhere.
Okay.
Did they play each other? No.
Not yet. Not yet.
So
No?
it has to be with points. Points for,
well,
points against.
I think they do divisional wins.
Oh, divisional wins. You're right.
So, yeah. Well, enough on the Ravens. We got a C plus, C, B minus. Next team, this one is kind of a shocker. We have the New York Giants coming in at a hefty 6-1. Daniel Jones might be the best running quarterback in the NFL right now.
That's a one-hit wonder.
I want to go first on this. I'm going to give them a B.
Okay.
And because of the type of team they are, like for them to do what they're doing, they deserve the B. That's what I have to say to that. And Saquon he's doing his thing. I predicted he was going to do his thing, and he's doing it.
So you don't think you're not too impressed by what they've done, is what you're saying?
No, I'm pretty impressed, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So I'm giving him a B.
Giving him a B?
That's impressive.
Okay. B's good. Dan, almost called you Dan.
I thought you almost called me Ban.
Baby, come back.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give them a B minus. And I still think that's a really good grade, considering that I thought they were going to be a D minus F team the whole year. To be honest, that was my expectations for them. They are 5-1 or 6-1.
6-1.
However, if you look at the game, the teams they beat, they're not really great teams. That's the only reason why they're in the B. If they had like one or two like quality wins over, hell, even just one over a really good team, right? Say they played like the Chiefs and they beat them or something like that. Just throwing a team out there, right?
Right, a single.
That
good
helps their
team.
case a lot more because you got to think about it from like a college, maybe from like a college football perspective. If you were ranking them in the top 25, and they had the same amount of wins as another team, but the other team has quality wins over them, they're getting ranked higher, right? So
in
that's
the rankings.
that's how I'm looking at it. I'm going to give them a B minus.
I think that is fair. I mean, I knew the teams weren't great. I knew a couple of them, but I wanted to get the whole thing out there. So they beat the Titans by 1, Panthers by 3, Cowboys by 6, Bears by 8, Packers by 5, and Jaguars by a touchdown. But the one team they did beat is the Ravens. That was pretty good.
They did beat the Ravens.
And I take that back. They lost to the Cowboys. Cowboys is their one loss.
is their one loss.
So you're right. I mean, you look at that: Titans, Panthers, Bears, Packers, Jags. None of those are good teams.
No.
But Ravens are.
Yeah.
They're 6-1. So I gotta give them better than a B. I'm gonna go B plus. With them. Daniel Jones had 100 rushing yards last week. He knows how to get out of that pocket. And
He
run.
does.
He
That's
is a silent killer.
But I will say their offensive line is looking pretty a good amount better than it has the last couple of years for sure.
Yeah.
I really do, and that's kind of, to me, that's a huge difference maker. The wide receivers, I don't think they got better than they were last year. I really don't think so.
No.
They got Saquon back. That's actually really huge, too.
Defense is playing well.
Defense is playing well.
Secondary is
but-
doing great.
But Danny Dimes has time to throw, and then he always had wheels. Like, that wasn't his problem. It was just he was throwing picks left and right all the time, but that's because he had a terrible offensive line.
I think they realized that, and they're like, all right, fifth year, last year on the contract, let's run the shit out of him. Who cares if he gets hurt? And it's actually
That's
working.
yeah, it's like cynical, but yeah. But that's real.
It is. It's working. It's good. And Giants will be fun to see if they can keep it up. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Next team. I'm very curious as to how we're going to rate this team because of our expectation for them and kind of where they're at. The combination there's the Chiefs, 5-2.
Interesting.
Right? We know the Chiefs are good. They're 5-2, but based off what you've seen by them and how their players are performing, what grade would you give the Chiefs?
Can you pull up their schedule to see who they've beaten? I feel like they've beaten one really good team.
So they beat the Cardinals.
Did they? They lost to Buffalo.
They lost to Buffalo.
That was one of their losses.
And that was Colts, too.
Did they play the Bengals?
So they beat the Cardinals, the Chargers, the Bucks, the Raiders, and the 49ers.
The 49ers is a good win.
I mean,
I was about to say that's the one that I can tell you why.
Yeah.
You go.
So I'm going to give them an A minus because I didn't expect them to, honestly, as a team, to be better than the Bills. I think the Bills are everyone's number one team. I would say 95% of people in NFL circles think the Bills are the best team.
Yes.
So they're right on par, but they're still hanging in there. They could still finish with the best record in the AFC. But, through 7 games, they're 5-2. The Bills are 6-1. They've lost 1 game, right?
Mm-hmm.
To the Dolphins, by the way. So, yeah, I'll give them an A-.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's fair.
They beat the 49ers. That's good.
And Chargers. I mean, already the 49ers, Chargers, and Cardinals are better than any team that the Giants have beat. Besides the Ravens, you could bunch in that group.
And even with everything going on in Tampa Bay, it's still Tom Brady.
And they beat Tampa Bay too. So I mean, yeah, their strength of wins is like a lot better than the Giants.
100%.
I'm going with an A, straight A. I don't want to give them A+ because they did lose to the Colts, but I think that was a little bit of a.
That was an any given Sunday situation.
Yeah,
I think that was just one of those losses that happens, and they're going to move on.
Yeah, but, I mean, it was a 2 field goal miss game, a block. They got their pump block game.
Oh,
I mean, it was one of those games. So.
Yep, and you know what? And sometimes the other side has to win too.
Yeah. Gotta keep Vegas guessing.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna go B+ just because I have legitimate concerns about their defense. But is that really a concern when Mahomes is still the best NFL quarterback right now in the league? I mean, he is. I mean, you watch some of those plays that guy makes. It's still ridiculous.
So, like him and Josh Allen, right, I think are the 2 at the top tier. It's just he has that little tiny X factor of, like, this no-look throws and stuff, and that's what makes him the best.
Yeah.
Is that little detail right there. Everything else are exactly the same, I think.
I think he's a better thrower all around.
Yeah?
Josh Allen's a better runner. Sure, more powerful.
Yeah.
Bigger arm, but I think Mahomes, like you're saying, is smarter in terms of football pocket presence knowledge and more accurate and creative.
Yeah, creative. Ridiculous.
I love that. Love that. All right, last team here. Broncos 2-5. Russell Wilson was hurt last week. I mean, what grade do you give this overall cliche?
I want to go first because that team pisses me off.
Hit me.
I'm gonna say a D-. That's bad. I mean, it's so bad, dude. You picked them to win their division over the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You picked them.
Yeah.
A lot of people picked them.
I did.
They were hyping that up. They said that wide receiving core, that defense, and you got Russell Wilson. They're like, dude, there's no way they're not winning that division. And do you know how crazy of a statement that is when you have Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs who've won it the last 3 or 4 years in a row, and although the teams haven't panned out, so far this year, hindsight is 2020, but in preseason, the potential of the Chargers and the Raiders, that division was stacked, and you had the Broncos winning the division. And, I mean, that team is in shambles. Russell Wilson, dude, I don't know. He does not look like himself. Is he blind? You see, like, the camera views of some of these wide receivers? They're open by
a lot.
15 yards. They're open, and he is not throwing it to him. I don't understand.
See over the line.
Yeah,
how did he do it before?
I don't know. That's the question I have.
Because he threw.
What about you, Daniel?
Oh, man. I'm going to go with like an F. A straight F.
Yeah.
Everything is just shitty over there.
Shitty.
Their running backs, their wide receivers, their quarterback, their everything. I mean, they have the worst running backs.
I'm going to go double F. I'm going to go F with you just because the coaching has been shitty. The quarterback play has been shitty. The run game's been non-existent. And I will say the defense is average right now.
Average.
But because of everything else, kill it. Did you get it?
No, he didn't get it.
Oh, so close. We almost killed a fly on live television.
Yeah, it's a terrible team.
F. All right, well, those grades were fun. Maybe we'll do some more next week. Who knows? All right, we got about 10 minutes left. We're going to go through 3 matchups for next week, and then we're going to play Daniel's a Doofus, where he hopes to redeem himself really
I hope he redeems
well.
himself. Did we win last week or no?
No.
Ah, okay. To say it in the long answer, no.
Yeah, we're 2-5 on the year, so kind of sad.
Well, we'll get to that.
Well, yeah.
No, we're winning this week. I can tell you that. Big bets.
I think we are too. All right, first game. Let's take about 2 minutes each game here. Keep that in mind. We have the Ravens favored by 1.5 points at Tampa Bay.
Ravens. You said what?
Yeah, minus 1.5 at Tampa Bay.
Ravens
okay, sorry,
at Tampa Bay, and they're favored by 1.5. We're just saying the favorite for context. We're actually going to pick the winner, though, without the spread.
Oh, we're picking straight up.
Straight up, always.
I'm going Tampa Bay.
I'm going.
They need a redemption
I'm
game.
going Ravens. I just don't think Tom Brady's going to be able to get it done.
Against that defense, I think he can have a rebound game.
I think he could. I mean, short week too. Who's better off the short week, Harbaugh or Brady? You know, it's gonna be like who shows up.
Well, Brady's done it plenty of times before at the highest level, and he's won 6 Super Bowls for it. So
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Ravens. I'm gonna go Ravens.
okay, well, I'm not.
It is what it is. I think Lamar's going to make enough plays, and there's nothing that suggests, like a lot of the bets that I've lost this year when I've done my betting is like, oh, this team is usually good, but they haven't shown any signs yet. But I'm like, okay, they're going to get right this week, right?
Yeah.
And it just hasn't happened. So I'm
Yeah.
going to use my wrongdoings and pick the Baltimore Ravens here.
Okay.
There we go. That's why I chose the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
So.
Good. I'm glad you're thinking like that. All right, next game. We have the 49ers at Rams. This is always a classic good game.
Always.
And the 49ers are actually favored by 1.5.
And how many have they beat? How many times in a row? 7? Have
So
they beaten the Rams?
they ended that, remember? Because in the playoffs last year. Because everyone was like, oh, the Rams are going to lose because of that. And then they ended it.
But no regular season, though, then.
I guess. I don't know.
It's been a lot.
I feel like I would have heard about it already if that was still
Yeah,
a
the
thing.
last game. Didn't they play already this year?
What are you talking about?
The 49ers and the Rams.
The 49ers have beat the Rams 7 times in a row, but I thought that ended.
No, but who won earlier in the year? They played each other already. This is the second matchup, no?
No.
I
No?
don't believe so.
Are you sure?
No.
I thought they already played each other.
No, they haven't.
No.
We got to look that up.
I'm looking it up, but go ahead and make your pick.
I'm going to go with the 49ers.
I want to know a little bit more about the Rams.
No, actually, you're right. They did play on October 3rd.
Yeah.
The Rams lost 9-24.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that streak is still alive. It's at least a regular season streak, and it's like 6 or 7 games that the 49ers have beaten the Rams.
We'll have to check that. I don't think it is still a streak, but we'll have to check.
I'm going to go with the 49ers, too, just based off the last game. I think they know exactly how to stop them, and they're going to do the same thing.
Yeah, they have their number. I don't see it ending, honestly. And now they just got McCaffrey. I really don't see it ending.
And they did really good against the Chiefs, even though,
they did.
The Chiefs did,
They did. I think
better.
I think this is like, I was saying, it's kind of funny, like, oh, the teams that haven't shown anything, like I'm picking them because they got to get right. But the Rams have been a little better than like how bad Green Bay and how bad Tampa Bay have been. Like Rams actually have a decent record. They've been competitive in pretty much all the games except this one last time. It's hard to beat a team twice. They're coming off the bye.
Yeah.
The 49ers are coming off a hard-fought game against Chiefs. I'm going to go Rams here, but I would not be surprised if 49ers won.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing it's in Los Angeles this time. That really helps the Rams, and it is hard to beat a team twice in season. It's got to be division rival, right? So that's always hard to do. I don't know. It's
Stafford?
just now that they got McCaffrey, that adds another element, dude.
It
You
does.
give that to Kyle Shanahan, that's ridiculous.
And it's funny because the Rams really wanted them too. It was like down to those 2 teams, what I was hearing. The Rams were like trying to get something, but all right, cool. That'll be a good game to watch. All right, last game, 2 surprise teams. One of them we already talked about, the Giants, Seahawks. Seahawks been a great surprise, man.
Yeah.
We have the Giants at the Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 3, being at home. What are you guys thinking in this one? This is going to be a good measuring stick.
It is going to be a great. I think I'm going Giants because I might take that back. Yeah, I'll go Giants because I think that Daniel Jones is the deciding factor here.
Okay.
With the running.
Florian?
I'm going Seahawks, and I actually think Geno Smith is the deciding factor, and I think he's going to ball out. It's at home. The 12th man is one of the best crowds in all of football. It's going to be loud as shit in Seattle.
What kind of shits are you taking?
Ooh, some loud ones. Who is the running? Kenneth Walker?
Yes, rookie, Michigan
Kenneth
State.
Walker is about to have a hell of a game, I think. You told me all about him from fantasy when you picked him up. He's about to have another hell of a game. He's already had a good season so far.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm going to go with Seahawks for sure.
I think I might pick the Seahawks too. This is your classic case of a very good defense, Giants, versus a very good offense, Seattle. Seattle's defense is not good, but the Giants' offense is not that good. It's really run dependent on Daniel
I
Jones.
heard something either yesterday or today, though, that in the draft, the Seahawks addressed corners, I think, and they drafted 2, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
And they've been pretty good so far this season for rookies. I mean, the rookie corners are starting, and they're playing pretty good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's nothing but upside from here. So, I don't know. Like, Seattle's defense could be looking really nice at the end of the season. It could get better every week.
Could be. I mean, but like when I say that, I mean like teams have scored a lot on them. Like the Lions will put like 38 on them,
but they keep winning.
But they keep winning. So what I'm saying is I don't think the Giants can score enough here. They've been in the mid-low 20s every week. And do you think right now Seattle's going to score more than 24 points on this game?
Yeah, I could see it. At home, yeah.
Me too, and that's why I think Seattle will win the game. It's going to be like 28-21 Seattle.
It's pretty cool. Good for Seattle.
Good for Seattle. And for our final segment of the day, we have the one, the only, the Norwegian man from the left side of Europe. Daniel is a doofus.
I feel like I had to be posing the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, bang.
Why do you turn into like a 1950s talk show host?
I don't know, but I think I found my calling.
Yeah.
I felt like I was getting pictures taken of me everywhere.
I thought he was about to be in a fight, you know? Like you were about to do Daniel's doofus. Roberts.
You know what time it is. This is the time where Daniel makes some bets, and unfortunately, we are not making any good bets lately, but we're going to change that. We're going to change that because it's time, you know, and I think I found the one. I've been going, like, doing lots of, I don't know, I just haven't done enough research lately, and I think I did enough research on these two. So I'm just going to go with the two that I found. And then we're going to talk about them, and we're going to choose.
All right. What's the first one? What you got?
First one, we have the Jags taking on the... Sorry, now I'm losing it. Broncos.
Okay, so it's
Broncos
at Jags.
Yeah.
And what's the spread at?
Broncos plus 2.5. Jags minus 2.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure where it is, but you probably do.
The bottom team is always the home team.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Jaguars. I'm taking Jaguars minus 2.5. Yeah.
All day. I think that's amazing. I think that you need a big...
Yeah. If Russell Wilson isn't playing, that's...
Yeah, what's the likelihood he's not?
I don't know.
I hope he does, dude, because I think that's a lock if he does.
Yeah, so even though the Broncos have like lost a lot of these games, they've been close. That's why the line isn't 3. You know what I'm saying? Or 3.5.
Yeah.
That's why I
2
like
makes
it,
it tricky for me. Like if I was to put like a big solid bet, I would just go Jacksonville money line.
My mindset with this is that Doug Peterson knows that the Jaguars, I would say they're maybe overachieving a little bit. I mean, they've won 2 games. But they're not.
They won 2. They've been really bad too. They have same record.
They have, but also they could have been winless so far. I mean, the expectations in Jacksonville are not really the highest, right?
No.
And if you look at their division, it's a terrible division. They could still win the division.
I just think that
this is a good game, a bounce back game, and like the way the Broncos have looked. I mean, if there's any team that's underachieved, it's the Broncos, right? I think the Jaguars will step up to the call and beat the Broncos.
Okay,
I think it's necessary.
Make one more comment on that before we move to the next possible.
They
game.
traded the running back Brian.
James Robinson.
James Robinson. Sorry, to the Jets.
Yes,
and because of that, Travis Etienne is now the number 1 running back, and that is a huge factor. And that is the reason why, because now the other team's going to really be worried about the run. And I could tell you one thing. He's also a passing factor as well as Christian Kirk and some of the other receivers there. And it's just a lot of problems that the other team's going to have.
So what's your next game? Possible pick.
Yeah, next game, Miami Dolphins against the Lions.
What's
it's Lions home, I guess.
Yeah, it's in Detroit.
Yep, and Miami's at minus 3.5. Detroit's at plus 3.5. I'm going Miami there. I think that the Lions have not. They have all their players hurt. They haven't gotten themselves together. I think that Miami's going to come together and get a dub this week, and that's it.
I would take Miami at -3.5. I think Tua, his first game back after injury, the first 2 or 3 drives of that game were amazing, right? And then he kind of got into a rusty groove where you could tell, like, he wasn't in sync, really. He almost had 3 or 4 interceptions. Luckily, they didn't turn in interceptions, right? But he looked rusty. But I think that's after this week, that's gone. And the worst part of Detroit is their defense. Their defense is terrible. It's absolute shambles. I think Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are going to run all over the place, and Raheem Mostert too.
Yeah, they don't have a good defense. And I mean, sad for the Lions. I mean, like everyone wanted them to be good because of the hard knocks, and they started off like 1-1 with like a great offense or something.
Yeah,
and kind of shit the bed. Now Miami's coming in. They didn't look great offensively against the Steelers, but
defensively, yeah.
Steelers are always going to be a challenge. I mean, they have been all year for everybody. Mm-hmm. So hard to gauge that game. I do think Miami is a lot better than Detroit. If I had to be on one side of this bet, it would be Miami 3.5.
Yeah.
But I think I like the Jacksonville one better.
Yeah.
I
do too.
100% agreeing with you. I think that we all chose that Miami is going to win here, but I think that Jacksonville is more of a lock.
More of a lock, I think.
I like both. I mean, but Jacksonville, I think, more to play for in the sense they're not done yet. Mm-hmm. Russell Wilson probably not going to play, so.
And I just love the coach too for the Jags. So I have faith in him that he's going to come back and get a dub here.
All right. Well, let's lock that bad boy in.
Lock it in. We are locking in the Jags. We're going to lock it in with $300.
Jaguars -2.5 over the Broncos.
Yes.
All right. You heard it here first. Well, fellas, that's all we got time for today. For everybody listening, thank you for coming back. You know where to get us at. That is at FOTRT Podcast. Find us anywhere on social media and just Google our name if you want to check us out on Spotify or Apple.
Yep. Or the podcast, any of your podcast places.
And hit the save.
Sources.
If you listen to this and you haven't yet, it goes a long way. Go ahead and subscribe on YouTube. Go ahead and hit a like. We do this because we love it.
Yeah. If you do that, we will be maybe doing a giveaway for all the subscribers one day. So subscribe,
Yeah, we're going to give away a lot of candy corn.
I like candy corn.
That's not really the giveaway prize, because I know none of you are subscribing. I think people would unsubscribe if we gave away candy corn.
Yeah.
See?
Gift cards.
Overrated.
Might be. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next week. So long.
See ya.